Hey everybody, this is John Carlos, and I am here with a look at the Hot Toys 6-scale figure of Nebula from Avengers Endgame. Here's just a quick look at the design of the inner box. One of the things that Hot Toys excels at is great detail within the costumes, like translating these outfits into 6 scale. And in this particular figure, Hot Toys does not disappoint. If we go in for a closer look here, for example, you can just see all the different textures at work on her pants. You could see this sort of hibbity-dibbity kind of going on here versus the rectangular pattern here and the reverse of that rectangular pattern. And then above the knee, there's more of just a ribbed spotted thing. So many different patterns going on here, and different fabrics too. This main bodysuit feels kind of, vinyl-y, but then this section totally is leather. The leather section's on the chest, but then this feels like a soft cloth. So a lot of mixtures of fabrics and textures, and great details. The brown leather straps going around her legs look awesome. Her boots and the little gack on the boots look good. The wrinkling of the boots, where they get to the ankle section, even though that's sculpted, compared to the actual natural wrinkle of cloth, that sculpted wrinkle looks great. The little rubbery knee sections, the little buckles, all the details that you would expect Hot Toys to get right, they totally get right. Here's a look at the back of the figure. Also, her arm is insane. Oh, look at that. Look at the quality of the sculpt, but also the little detailed paint of the red and green cables going in there. The details on her fist. It's great stuff. This is I generally like Hot Toys anyway, but something about the outfit and the details on her arm, it feels really special to me. And then the head is just fantastic. I think it's a great Nebula likeness. I think the little metal gack on her head looks awesome, but her eyeballs in particular, her totally black eyes look good, but that Karen Gillan mouth, the chin, the nose, I really like her little eyebrow there. But the different colored blues, kind of aqua colors that they've used, the sculpt on her head, this is all really, really great stuff. Articulation on this is pretty solid. The only limitations I found are the ankles. You do actually get some mobility with the ankles, but not much. It's not as loose, obviously, as if you had just a shoe and then a pure ankle joint there. But everything else is pretty good. Obviously, a lot of good mobility in this unbound by an outfit left arm, but right arm's pretty good. Elbows, knees. I don't like to play with joints and just wiggle them around on camera for too long. I think it's kind of makes for a boring video. But there you go. I like the articulation on this. It feels pretty standard for Hot Toys. This figure comes with a decent amount of accessories, including wrist pegs. We normally have 2 of the same kind of wrist pegs, the same color, but here we have specifically a wrist peg for the left and right hand. We have 3 alternate right hands, including this gun grip hand. I really like the paint on the nails. And then we also have this open palm right hand and this grippy right hand for gripping the batons. But the left hands are freaking rad looking. Look at the inside palm of that mechanical hand. The texture, the paint on this, really, really solid for this grip and open palm left hand. We also have this really rad looking blaster. I love the details on this blaster. I love the texture on the grip and all the little color paint details within this. Really, really great stuff. It comes with this holster, which we will attach to the figure in a moment, but the gun does slide into the holster rather nicely. We have this closed baton, which also fits onto the figure itself. We'll be attaching that in just a moment. But we also have 2 of the open batons. The detail on this is really nice. It's really small, but it looks good. There's also these little electro things that you can attach to the batons. There's nothing really tricky about them. They just slide right on, and I think they look pretty good. Lastly, we have the figure stand, and the artwork is a nice mixture of Guardians and Avengers. It's got the Avengers Endgame logo on it. It's got her name printed on it. No little metal plate for this, just white text. I do like the contrast of the shine of the A and orange against the more matted base. And yeah, that just plugs in. There you go. Now we will attach the collapsed baton to the back of the figure like so. The holster attaches to the figure with these 2 hooks going into these two metal loops right there. And through the magic of editing, it only took me a few seconds to put it on. And now we will display her with some of her weapons. I gotta say, I like the way this looks. Here she is with the batons. Her knees are slightly bent, and her head is picked up a little bit to offset the crunch forward at the mid-torso. Man, the batons with the added lightning effect look really cool in my book. Now, I don't recommend displaying your figures in such a static pose, but in Nebula's case, with her arms down her side, with her batons at the ready, she's such an intense character that she still comes off as badass, even just posed like this. And part of that's because of the head sculpt. In fact, the more and more I look at this head sculpt, the more I appreciate it. I think they've done a great job capturing her icy, stern demeanor. For $235, I gotta say, I think Hot Toys did a great job. I see the value in like the head sculpt, the details in the arm, the costume, the accessories. I only have a few tiny nitpicks, and they're like the tiniest of nitpicks. One is that the product description on both Sideshow and Hot Toys mentions like an interchangeable graphic card, but there's no interchangeable graphic card as far as I can see. Also, the left arm reads a little low to me compared to the right one. Now, granted, the right arm's shoulder has more like fabric kind of bunched up at the top. But even with that bunchiness, you know, you're going to get a little bit unevenness, but so much of this arm is exposed here that it just reads a little lower. Not enough to like piss me off, but it is noticeable. It's no big deal, especially when you like pose it something a little more active. You're not even really going to notice it. And then the other nitpick I have is that if you're going to make like an Endgame specific version of Nebula, then maybe there should be like an alternate head that has the gold plate on her head. Just a little thing, but like, it would have been a little extra salt in the soup if they included that Endgame specific detail with the little gold element. Even without it though, I really do dig this. It's about time we got a Nebula figure. Like, us Guardians fans have been wanting this for a long time, and it took, what, Guardians 1, Guardians 2, Infinity War, and Endgame to finally get her. I do like her Ravager outfit. I think it looks good. I would say, though, if we ever had, like, the original Guardians outfit, like her purple costume, that'd be dope. I wouldn't complain. I really do like that original purple costume. But you know what? I like this figure. I like it a lot. That's my review. I like it a lot. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you want, you could follow me on social media. I'll put up the links in a moment, but you can also subscribe to me here by clicking the subscribe button.